It's still cold outside, and I'm so sick of this. Why? Walmart has a line of Sesame Street makeup, and it is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Update on my keyboard. It's okay. One of the flowers is falling off. I've already scratched it, and I may or may not be sick of the pig. I keep yawning. Hi there, Bastion here. Today's video is nostalgia. Nostalgia? Nostalgia? Nostalgic? Nostalgic? I don't know how you pronounce the word, and apparently I don't know how I pronounce the word either. Be quiet, phone. In 5th grade, my teacher thought it would be a good idea for us to learn business. The responsibility, the work you have to put in. We were making Beadie babies. Do you remember these? I'm sure they're still a thing, and also they're probably still a thing for people who want nostalgic things, right? So in 5th grade, we made a business, and our class, we called ourselves Beads Are Us. I came up with the name. Like once a week, one person would be given the task of taking all of the collection of beads home and putting them in baggies according to like color and how many beads and like how much string. Do you remember the string? Oh my god. Also, it smells like a swimming pool. You'd put the beads, you put some string, you put a key ring, and then you would distribute them, and then throughout the week, everybody had to make a certain amount of Beadie Babies, which would then be sold at the end of the week at the basketball game, or whatever sports game was going on at the time. I don't honestly remember ever selling. I think I always opted to be the one that organized the beads into bags because that's fun to me. This week, we are going to be making Beadie Babies. I got a few patterns that I found online. I'm probably going to make the classic lizard because there was always a lizard. I'm gonna do a lizard. I'm definitely gonna do a possum and an axolotl, but I'm thinking it might be interesting to try to make my own patterns. What is the word? Tailgating, bandwagoning, following, tetherballing, lassoing. Piggybacking off of last week's video, I think I kind of want to make a creeper from Minecraft out of Beadie Babies because I tried to find a pattern of Beadie Babies out of beads. I tried to find a pattern for some Minecraft stuff, but I couldn't find any. I found that creeper head and like a few of the mob's heads. And then I found a lot of this other type of bead art. I'll insert a picture here of that. I kind of want to try this. I've never done this before. So I'm gonna get a top-down view going. We're gonna see if I can remember how to do this. Let's get started. I did a practice one before I decided to film anything. Just flopped it together. Flopped it together real fast. And guys, this brings back so many memories. I decided to not do like the same color green for this guy, but I did like lots of different greens because I just organized them by green. The feeling of rubbing them between my fingers and, can you hear that? The sound of the beads like just against the table, it brings back so many memories. I don't know if anybody else will have the same memories as me because like I mass produced these things when I was little. So I'm gonna make a different color, this little guy, to show you guys how to do it. It's so easy. Literally, this took me like 7 minutes. Let's make a blue and pink gecko. I'm gonna teach you how to do this, and you're gonna be able to do it. And you're gonna go to the store, and you're gonna buy some beads and some string and some of these things, and you're gonna make one too. Look at me, I've become a tutorial channel. So the size of the string is kind of a guessing game, but always use more than you think you're gonna need because you will definitely run out. I use, I don't know what kind of knot this is called, but it's just the one where you kind of loop it around itself to attach it to the key ring right in the middle. That's the easiest thing. I remember when I was little, I used to attach the key ring to my toe, but now I attach it to the desk because I'm an adult. Each layer that you do, you're gonna wanna put the line of beads, or one bead in this first case, through one string, and then put the other string through the opposite direction so that it just holds it in place like you're knotting it, kind of, I guess. And then each one should follow around but just pay attention to the pattern and the way that you want it to look when it's done, and make sure that the beads are in the correct order. Arms are a little more confusing, like arms and ears and stuff, but basically what you want to do is put the arms however you want them to look coming off of the critter, and then put the paws or the claws or whatever after that. And then you're going to want to loop the string around and only put it through the arm beads, so that when you pull it through, you'll have these cute little dangly bits that look like fingers or toes or claws or paws or whatever you want them to be. And then you don't loop that around the main one until you do the other side. Once you have both arms pulled tight, you'll be left with the string the same way it would be on a regular layer, so then you just start your next layer and continue that way. It kind of just pulls everything in place as you go. This is the easiest one, probably. Because once you get the hang of doing the legs and the toes, it's all uphill from there. Uphill? Is it uphill or downhill? Probably it's all downhill, right? Because it's easy. After some super glue on the knot, this little guy's done. And we have 2 geckos. I couldn't find a pattern of a possum, and this one I just found a picture of somebody else's possum. I hope that's not stealing. So I started out with the face, pretty much the same as the gecko. The only hard thing about the possum was the ears, because in the picture I could tell that they were supposed to sit on top of the head instead of like pop out the side. So I had to do a few different trial and errors to get it the way that I wanted it to look. So I knew basically I had to loop it around, like kind of like I was doing an arm, but did I do it wrong? Yes, this is where I realized that I did it wrong and had to restart. So I took everything off and tried again. This time when I looped them around, I went through the entire side, even though the ears were still kind of hanging off of it, and just pulled it around the whole thing, and that worked. That made the little ears stand up on the end. Then I just sped through the rest of it, because it was pretty much exactly like the gecko. And we have a possum. Look at that. Hello. You're really close to me. Can you... Oh! Uh-oh. Oops. This is the cutest Beadie baby I have ever made. I'm sure I talked about how confusing it was to do the ears, but they turned out so great. They're 3D, they sit on top of this little guy's head. Just looking at the ears and trying to figure it out was kind of confusing. But guys, it's a possum! This is so freaking cute! I am so excited to move on to whatever the next one is. I think I said an axolotl. I have butt tons of pink for some reason, so we're gonna use pink string, and we're gonna use lots of pink pony beads, and maybe some purple accents. We'll see what happens. This is so freaking cute! I need to make 1 billion of these! Come on, guys! I did find a pattern for the axolotl. The only hard thing was figuring out how to do the little feelers on the side of its head. But after a little bit of trial and error before I started filming myself, I was able to figure it out. Figure it out. Figure it out. And that's just what I did. As I said before, the size of the string is kind of a guessing game. And this time I didn't use more than I thought I would need, unfortunately. And I ran out of space. But, you know, you live and you learn. That's okay. It's still really cute. I still love the colors. And I did go a little bit off of what the pattern said I should do, because it made it a little thinner than I wanted it to be. And I kind of just wanted it to be this little tiny plump guy. I guess he does look okay with a shorter tail, because I made his body a little bit shorter anyway. I love him so much. And then it was time to make my own pattern, which I took a picture of right here. I made the mistake of just laying the beads out so that you couldn't really tell how thick it was going to be because the beads laying out is going to be thicker than the beads on the string. So his head came out a little more rectangular than I would have liked, and his body came out a little thinner than I would have liked, but really the hardest part was the feet. I struggled. When I finally came up with an okay way to make the legs separated from each other, it was a lot of finagling that I had to do to get it to sit where I wanted it to sit. And then I had to tie it on the hips. You know, maybe more trial and error is needed before an ending design is made. Meh. I'm gonna be a little bit quiet because Brad is asleep. They're done. The last one you saw, which was this, was pretty frustrating because I didn't know how to do the legs. I'm still not incredibly happy with them, but that's just how it goes. That's just the way it goes. His head is long, his body's too thin, but he has character. He looks like somebody squished him with a car. I don't know, but he's very cute. The axolotl, I ran out of string, otherwise I would have made its tail at least a few layers longer, but I love the ears. Ears? Are they ears? Are they tentacles? I don't know, whatever they are. I love that they're a little jumbled so that they kind of just look all over the place. These are all the guys we made today. Ta-da! They're all going on my backpack. I still think the possum is my favorite. So stinking cute. That's it. I hope I inspired you to do some weird 90s nostalgia art. Like, ow, Jesus. Like, comment, subscribe if you like this video. I put out new videos every Friday. Say goodbye, possum. These make good fidget toys. Just roll it. That's nice. I'm gonna keep one of these on my desk at all times. That's amazing. Great fidget toy. Look at that. Anyway, I don't know. Bye.